Matchroom Boxing brings forth an explosive super middleweight boxing bout to Florida, matching up two of the most promising and most exciting rising stars in the sport. It's not a title fight, but it will be fought with no less ferocity and no less determination, for it's going to be the crucial step to a title that both fighters need. The gladiators of the arena are Edgar Berlanga and Padraig McCrory. Neither of them are willing to leave any stone unturned in this part of their journey after they already come this far with many tribulations thrown their way. This is all you need to know leading up to this fight. It's gonna be a big one. The path continues. Edgar Louis Berlanga Jr., known as Edgar Berlanga, was born on May 18, 1997 in Brooklyn, New York City, to parents from Puerto Rico. It didn't take long for him to find an interest in the sport around which his whole life was revolved, as Berlanga started boxing at the age of 7. As a child, he was a fan of Felix Trinidad, a former world champion who frequently fought at Madison Square Garden. Most importantly, Felix Trinidad was a fellow Puerto Rican, and that was all the motivation he needed to give it his all in making his life boxing. The role played by pride in his Puerto Rican heritage and shaping him would be expounded upon later in life. I feel 100% Puerto Rican. I was born over there, but belong here. I'm very Puerto Rican. To this day, many of his family members still live in Puerto Rico and has stated that he fights for them. Berlanga had a successful amateur career during his teenage years, climaxing at the winning of a youth national championship, starting with the 2013 National Police Athletic League Championships, junior level, 154 pounds, second place. He will go on to compete at the 2013 U.S. National Junior Under-17 Championships, also coming in second. In the 2014 U.S. National Youth Under-19 Championships, he came in third place and followed it up with the second place finish at the next year's U.S. National Youth Under-19 Championships. All combined, he gathered an amateur record of 162 wins and 17 losses. He was also an 8-time national champion and a silver medalist at the Junior Olympic Nationals. After all that, he turned professional at the age of 18. His power-punching ability was evident from his first pro fight, and he quickly gained attention for his knockout power. Of course, he displayed this in his full glory when he made his professional debut on April 29, 2016. This match ended him scoring a first-round knockout KO victory against George Pedroza. Berlanga won his first 16 bouts via knockout. He was very close to breaking the world record, but his attempt ended on April 24, 2021. This was the day that he was taking the full distance in his unanimous decision victory against Damon Nicholson in his 17th pro fight, but life was good either way. On October 9, 2021, on the undercard of Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3, he went against former WBO title challenger Marcelo Esteban Coerces to attain his 18th successive professional victory. Coerces gave him somewhat of a headache near the end as he was knocked down, but the decision victory was his in the end. On June 11, 2022, Berlanga fought against Romer Alexis Angulo, which was intense from the get-go, and which seemed to have tested Berlanga's patience greatly. While he did go on to win the fight by unanimous decision, it was nonetheless an important wake-up call for heightened training. He took this with him in his next fight, which was against the then 20-2 Jason Quigley. As of now, Edgar Berlanga boasts a 21-0 professional record, with 16 of those wins coming by way of knockout. His successes have added compounding motivation to his career. Indeed, a world title belt will be the thing that he'll fight for tooth and nail, as evidenced by his tweet from 2021. Hammer and Anvil. Padraig McCrory, also known as the Hammer, was born on June 20, 1988 in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Growing up in the aftermath of Troubles, a time of great civil strife and conflict in Northern Ireland, he soon found solace in boxing. Details of his early life and childhood growing up in Belfast are unfortunately not known, but you can start to guess that boxing perhaps played a significant role in preventing him from a bad fate. Padraig McCrory had a successful amateur boxing career that started in 2007 before turning professional. But the early years were slow, and it's said that his amateur career only really got going with an Ulster Elite Championships win in 2014 after 4 years out of the ring. But it got going big time, as he ended up being an 8-time national champion and a silver medalist at the Junior Olympic Nationals. It was a well-traveled amateur career, as he took fights in France and Belgium. His amateur record was 162 wins and 17 losses. And throughout all this time, he picked up the skills and qualifications needed to become a professional trainer. His work as a professional trainer continued. He said in a more recent interview, "I started off as an assistant, taking classes and just working on the gym floor. I thought I could make more of it, and got my level 3 personal training certificate on the week of my fight with Steve Collins Jr. The following week, I was straight into work." These achievements paved the way for his professional debut in 2017 in his native Belfast against Jacob Lucas. It was not an obvious decision at first, as he explains. "I was going to stay on as an amateur and try and qualify for the next Commonwealth Games in 2018, having missed out in the box-off with Sean McGlinchey last time, but I saw that a couple of guys had gone with Kieran, his coach, and the time was right for me too. But going pro proved to be the superior choice. Since then, the vast majority of his fights took place in various venues in Belfast. He lives and breathes the city, it seems." An impressive 2020 victory ending in a first-round TKO against the then 14-2 record-holding Steve Collins Jr. would boost his career over the course of the pandemic. This was an era which saw the gradual slowdown of many other boxers, but he kept going strong. On August 6, 2021, McCrory won the WBC International Silver Super Middleweight title by defeating Sergey Grogov via TKO in the 5th round. He was being noticed for his power and strength during this time, as he followed it up with 2 defenses of the belt against Celso Neves and Marco Antonio Parabine. He promptly defended his title on August 4, 2023, against Steve Woodall and won by unanimous decision. While he had 2 fights prior to that which were stunning victories, the belt was not in contention. The belt is still not in contention for his fight against Edgar Berlanga, as McCory will be going down in weight in order to fight him. No doubt, it's going to be hard. And this is why his coach D. Walsh believes that a potential victory would be big for Irish boxing as a whole. If Pody wins this fight, it would be one of the biggest wins by an Irish boxer in years. Maybe since the likes of Andy Lee beating Matt Korobov, or Carl Frampton stepping up to beat Leo Santa Cruz. It would be at that level. In terms of popularity and skill level, it would be right up there, Walsh said with conviction. Since the beginning of his career, he's competed at super middleweight, light heavyweight, and cruiserweight. He captured the WBC International Silver Super Middleweight and IBO light heavyweight titles. Despite his advanced age, he remains a remarkable undefeated boxer, boasting a 19-0 professional record, with 9 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Fightrs Compared. As mentioned earlier, Edgar Berlanga claimed his rise to fame through his displays of impressive power. Over the course of his career, he's combined this with blistering speed. This unassailable combination made sure that he shot to fame through his astonishing run of 16 first-round KOs, from his debut in June 2016 to December 2020. His opponents rarely stand up to his devastating power and brutal uppercuts at weak points, with all but one of his wins coming by first-round stoppage. He has indeed built up a formidable reputation. It's prudent to note, however, that he has shown a tendency to get frustrated when his opponents take him all the way to the end of a fight, refusing to be knocked out. Since then, he's also demonstrated a marked improvement in his technical boxing skills and the ability to go the distance. But the right kind of boxer may still make him frustrated. His opponent, on the other hand, appears to be a near mirror reflection of himself. Padraig McCrory is also known for his strength and punching power, and has won half of his professional fights via knockout. Not one to remain wholly one-dimensional as a fighter, McCrory has also shown technical prowess in many of his fights. Indeed, McCrory has stated that he knows he's big and strong, and he punches hard, but he can also box. But he's not as fast as Edgar Berlanga is, and this may be complicated by the age difference when they do get in the ring. For a middleweight, Berlanga has shown to often be impossibly fast. If McCrory can't keep up, it will be fatal for his chances in the fight. But what do you think? Will Edgar Berlanga come out on top as the spitting image of his idol? Or will Padraig McCrory assert his overbearing dominance yet again? Leave us a like and subscribe. We'll see you again when the dust settles on the canvas.